Okay.
Could I just get an update? The last update I had was from August, and it was through the media, that there was approximately 20 projects approved and funded worth $57.7 million. That was back in August. Could you confirm if that's correct, or if there's been any updates in terms of the funding?
I think there has been some change since that time. I'll ask Mr McCormick to give you the latest figures in relation to contracts executed and payments made.
As at the 30th September this year, 27 projects out of the total of the 33 have been approved for funding for a total value of $74.05 million.
For 74.05, okay.
Yep.
And when you say approved, does that means the funds are going to flow immediately, or will they be staged based on the individual projects?
Their milestone payments are made in arrears.
Okay, thank you. I note that since the last estimates, the Australian Government Regional Tourism Package and the Australian Government Innovation and Investment Fund no longer appear on the list of projects. Is that correct? And could you tell me why?
Both those were transferred to other portfolios.
Right.
Essentially, Senator, there's been an adjustment made, so funding for those programs which fell under the industry assistance and tourism programs were transferred to those responsible departments, and so there's been a net reduction in appropriation to our portfolio, and that money has been transferred over to those respective portfolios to implement those specific programs.
Okay, could I perhaps get on notice who exactly I should ask questions of those, like which portfolio?
Certainly. Well, in relation to the industry assistance, it would be the industry innovation portfolio, and in relation to tourism matters, it would be the Department of Foreign Affairs.
Yes. Okay. And last question, just in terms of grant recipients, the tax implications of grant recipients, do you advise recipients to seek their own taxation advice prior to accepting grants? Just there's been a little bit of a kerfuffle about whether some recipients will have to pay tax on their grants, or some individual businesses.
We normally do ask recipients in making applications to get advice on their tax liabilities. The funding agreements do make provision in relation to GST and income tax provisions. Mr McCormick may give you an update on those, but we generally rely on proponents to check the details of impact of whether a grant would be treated as income.
Okay. Yes, Senator. When negotiating the funding agreement, we establish their status with regard to GST, and we also advise them to get any advice, legal and taxation advice. Okay. Strongly recommend that, particularly if there are GST implications.
Okay. Lastly, you said there's basically less than $30 million left to allocate based on the original numbers. I suppose if we take out the regional tourism package and the investment fund, how much is left to allocate then, or how many projects haven't received their funding? So you said that there's 27 out of 32. So 6 left to go.
Yep.
And is there a reason they haven't received their funding to date? Is there issues with their...
4 projects are currently under assessment. Right. And basically, we actually work with the proponents to get enough information to be able to make a value for money assessment on those projects. Right. When they have provided that information, we will make a recommendation to government for funding and take it from there.
Can I get on notice what those projects are?
Certainly.
Thank you. That's it for me.